Hey, what's up, everybody? Instructor Cory here. Welcome back to another one of our crash review videos. Today, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some more crashes here and see what we can learn and how we can avoid these when you're out riding your motorcycle on the street. So keep in mind, this is for your own education, just my best bit of suggestion and advice I can give you to help keep you safe on the road. So I hope it helps you out there. So obviously we have a group ride going on, a bunch of bikers out here. We can already see just from this shot, not really wearing much gear, at least some of these guys, just a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. That's not going to protect you in the event you go down on this asphalt here. It's going to shred your skin and probably going to have some bad bruises on your bones, if not breaks, stuff like that. So impact as well as sliding on this ground is not going to feel good, even at 30 miles an hour. Imagine, I like to put this into perspective for my students. Imagine you're just walking through a parking lot at normal walking speed, whatever that is for you. Imagine you trip over your own feet and you fall down on that asphalt in a parking lot. You're going to get banged up just from that fall. You're probably going to bang your knee, your elbow, your hands trying to catch you. You know those little pebbles you get embedded in the palms of your hands when you fall and skin your palms there. So think about all the damage you can take just from walking speed, just falling down in a parking lot. Now imagine you're riding a motorcycle doing 30 miles an hour on the street and you fall and have that same kind of fall. Think about that 30-mile-an-hour difference, the kind of damage that you're going to endure to your body, right? Now multiply that when you're out on the freeway, stuff like that, doing 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, or some of these videos, these guys are doing 100 miles an hour plus now with no gear on. And we can even see in the mirror, there's a bare arm right here, right? T-shirt, there's just some flesh right there. So imagine your body taking the damage at those speeds on these roads, right? And that's what we have in this case here. They're just cruising along 30 miles an hour. It's not that big deal, but you can still endure a lot of damage, destroy your motorcycle, and this can get you killed, right? You can die at these speeds, okay? So let's take another look here. So right there is when his buddy goes down. The description of this video says biker wipes out doing a wheelie. So it looks like obviously they had a group ride going. A bunch of guys out here wearing minimal gear. Got the helmet and the backpack seems to be the common theme here for gear. And then we have people in a group ride wanting to show off for one another, their fellow bikers. So they start trying to do wheelies and stuff like that. A lot of these guys have never taken training and probably don't have the skills to be out here riding these bikes in the first place. They just got a motorcycle and decided, yeah, let's go for it, right? So they get out here and try and do these wheelies and stunts and show off. And this is the result, right? You got the bike down on the ground, the person sliding on the ground, taking all that damage, and risking wiping out your buddies here too, and also getting run over by this traffic, all that stuff. Okay, so let's see how this plays out here as we catch sight of it. So notice the bike's scraping on the ground. This guy's just tumbling head over heels in front of this biker here. Thankfully, these other motorists driving along here are aware of the situation. They're slowing down, coming to a stop. You see later this car, I believe, even asks, is he all right? Are they okay? So thankfully, people are trying to be considerate and help here, but that's not always the case. Sometimes this lane of traffic is just ripping through, speeding along. You come off your bike and go tumbling down under this SUV. Good luck to you, right? So stuff we got to be aware of. Now right here, you can see the biker. He's just wearing jeans. It looks like he's got some sort of motorcycle jacket here. Might have a little bit of armor in the elbows. He's got some bigger gloves on. So he might have actually, sustained some of the damage to his gear here. His legs are definitely going to be beat up. Probably hips, knees, all that stuff. But he hops right up with that adrenaline. He's going to go pick his bike up and try and get right back going again. But this is the danger of group rides. So be aware of riding with a group. I always tell my students it is a circus, even when everybody is 100% sober. If you're riding with a group and there's people who are impaired in the group, then it is a recipe for disaster. So get yourself separated from that group. Ride your own rides sober and safe and responsible within your limits somewhere else, right? Imagine this guy's doing this wheelie next to you and you're doing just fine riding your own ride. He can still wipe you out, right? So get yourself away from these guys and keep yourself safe elsewhere. Now notice here, even after this initial crash with this biker, is the last point I want to bring, is all these vehicles are slowing down. This guy's running across the intersection to get back to his bike. Everybody's coming to a stop. Now imagine another motorist coming from behind who's not paying attention, who's not aware of all this stuff going on here. Imagine him coming flying up in a big Super Duty pickup truck and just clean everybody up here because he's looking down at his cell phone texting. All of a sudden he looks up. He's not expecting everybody to be at a dead stop in the middle of an intersection with a big green light, right? So he comes plowing through everybody. So something else to keep in mind, check those mirrors, make sure you're aware of what's going on, be in first gear, have an escape route, be ready to get out of the way here, okay? Yeah, and you can see the gentleman there on that white Super Sport Enduro of some type. He just hops back on. Looks like the bike's no worse for wear. He's able to put it in gear and take off again. And here we go. Everybody's right off ripping down the road again. And you can see another thing there, buddy, ahead here. He's over this double yellow line. He's in the left-hand turn lane of the opposing traffic, sitting there trying to block traffic and wait for his buddies to all get caught up. So this is one of the problems with group rides. Aside from the crashes, it's just the disrespect and blocking the roads and stuff like that. You're going to piss other motorists off and you're going to get yourself into trouble just doing stuff like this, right? This guy is probably looking back towards us, right? Has no awareness of what's coming. Imagine there's a truck coming from this way who's not planning to yield to someone sitting in the way and going the wrong way, oncoming traffic in their lane, right? Or not paying attention. This guy gets cleaned up without even seeing it coming, right? So some other things to be aware of here. This one has a whole ton of stuff for such a minor little incident, but this is the stuff that can get you in trouble. So be aware of it. Hopefully you learned a little something from this video, gave you a few things to look out for. My best advice to you, don't be a part of a group that's going to ride like that in the first place. Then you won't have to worry about it, right? And if you do end up with a group and somebody goes down, hopefully it wasn't through fault of their own, like messing around, trying to do wheelies and stuff. But if they do, try and assist them, provide medical treatment and care if you can, if you have those capabilities and training. Otherwise, learn your lesson, get away from that group so that you are not a victim of that group and their bad riding behavior. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Let me know if you're enjoying these videos down in the comments below, and we'll keep on rocking these crash reviews.